Hey, my noble brothers and sisters, this is Rich Schaus with the Gospel Rescue Mission, here this week with another weekly teaching. This week we're taking a look at Luke chapter 10, the story of the Good Samaritan. I'm sure you are familiar with it. A man is walking down the road. He gets beat up. We don't know much about him, but he gets beat up and left alongside the road, left for dead. Now along comes the great church members, the priest and the Levite, and they go blasting past. They don't even stop. Then, amazingly, the Samaritan comes. Now, Samaritan, kind of disregarded by most people, but he stops. He uses his own oil and his own wine and his own donkey and pays at the end. He takes care of the man. Now, my brothers and sisters, I want to suggest something to you, that in your life there are people who are needy, people who have desperate, real needs. Now, I'm not talking about enabling people to keep going in their lifestyle. Those who know me know that I'm opposed to that sort of thinking. I want us to go out and find those people who are hurting. Look carefully, and I bet you don't have to look too hard. They're probably in line with you at Walmart. They're probably in your church right next to you. When you ask them how they're doing, they're saying, fine. I'm good. Blessed. Really, you know their heart, they're falling apart. I remember when I was pastoring, and there was a woman here, she's passed away since, but I remember on Saturday night, I had been at her house. Her grandson had come, and he had stolen from her so much over the years, and she could not allow him to stay in her home, and he would not leave. So she called me and said, can you come and help? And I went there, and I talked with him. We were there for hours. It was after midnight before I finally talked him into leaving peacefully and being polite, and she was heartbroken, and I cried with her for another 20, 30 minutes before we finally both just said, we got to go to bed. We got church in the morning. But so after midnight, she goes to bed, and she's devastated. So I see her at church the next morning. How you doing? I'm blessed, brother. Oh, man, you weren't doing well. You're heartbroken. Your grandson's breaking your heart. We got to get past that. So when we see someone who's wounded, these are some of the attitudes we could have. And the first attitude is that of the robbers. It's greed, selfishness. You come to someone who is in need and you say, well, how can I look good? I'd really like the applause for helping this person. I like to get some credit for this. I've been really amazed and blessed by the people who have financially supported the Gospel Rescue Mission in large sums. Most of them don't want their name on anything in here. They actually honor other people in their world. That's been a blessing. But some people say, I got to get the credit for all this. I got to make sure that everyone knows that it was me. I'm the one who helped that person. I'm going to brag about this. Others, how can I use this person for my own selfishness, my own greed? That happens a lot of times. So that's one attitude. We can take this greed attitude, the same as the thieves. Or we can take on the priest and Levite. They're just selfish. I got my things to do. I'm not going to mess with you. You made your choices. You made your bed. Now you sleep in it. You know what? We're going to have to stop and start finding out what's going on with men and women. You see someone panhandling, stop and talk to them. Don't give them money. That's the easy answer. That's just throwing money at the problem. No, get to know them. Say, hey, I'll buy you lunch. You said you work for food. No, come on. Let's go to the Chick-fil-A right here. Let's sit down and talk. Find out about their life. They have a story. Hear their story. And then direct them to actually get the help. I'm always curious about those who have the sign saying, we'll work for food. Why are they taking money instead of handing out resumes? Interesting thinking. So, selfishness. Priest, Levite. Don't want to have that attitude, but the attitude of the Samaritan. He's giving. He's giving oil and wine his own. He's giving a ride on his own donkey. His own time is being taken to take him to the end. And then he pays the innkeeper. He doesn't just dump him on the innkeeper. He says, hey, you know what? Here's some money to get you ahead, but if he takes more, let me know when I come back. I'll come back and you can give me more. I'll give you more. I'll take care of him. He's generous. Now, brothers and sisters, we need to start getting that attitude of the Samaritan. How can we be generous with our time, our resources? How can we be generous with our love and our compassion toward these men and women who are hurting all around us? Start with the people in your church, the people who you know are hurting but would never admit it. Then think about your family members, those who deserve and need your love and support. And then look out into the neighborhood around you. But you're going to find some people. You're going to be a blessing to them. This has been Rich Schaus of the Gospel Rescue Mission with our weekly teaching. I hope you'll join us every week as we are looking at ways to become spiritually successful, get above spiritual poverty, and begin to experience all that God has us to be.